All right, and we're live. And hey, everybody. All right, today's episode is brought to you by us. You guessed it, us. Just podcasters. If you like a podcaster, give them some fucking money. It's that easy. If you like something, donate to it. God. Or if you can't do that, just do this. Rate, review. You know, the device is in your hand. Go on to Apple Podcasts and tell people I'm a dick if you want to tell them I'm a dick. But leave a review. Do something. Say hi. And with that being said, from a room next to my bathroom in my basement, this is My Worst Holiday, a podcast about your worst wedding, worst funeral, bachelor party, bachelorette party. You know, your mother-in-law, you don't like that bitch. Talk about her. Tell us a story. Do something. And with that being said, we have a very special guest, Elisabeth Steen-Nokleberg. Baby, say hello.
Hello, hi.
Isn't she
Thank
lovely?
you for having. Thank you so much, and thank you for having me on the show. That's
You're
awesome. Glad to
You're
be
very
here.
welcome. You're very welcome. I love talking to actors and directors and producers and stuff like that, you know, and it's always a joy. She's got a movie out. You can find it on Tubi. It's called Heart of the Home. I just watched it. Great thriller, man. It's a great ride. You're gonna love it. And you know what? Tell you what, Elisabeth, you tell us all about it. Tell us all about yourself. Tell us all about the movie. Tell us about everything about you.
Okay. I want to start with start with me. I guess I'm originally from Norway. I did dabbled in theater and acting as a child, and I studied in New York, and I did a little bit of the auditioning thing. And yeah, then I came to LA and I was doing independent films, and I realized so many people are making their own movies, right? And
Right.
we all have stories, obviously. So you know what, I always was a writer as a kid. I didn't really think more about it, but I would write books to my friends and give it to them. Like I have several friends who said, "Oh my God, you gave me a book. You gave me a book." I'm like, "Really?" So
Yeah, I used to write. I used to write
I
like a
always
bunch of
had it.
short stories and stuff like that, and have my friends read them. You know, like I never got anything like ever
Yeah, so you probably have
done.
a
But
writer in yourself also, you know?
yeah, like I always have like all this comedy in me, and I want to let it out, so I just write these little short stories and stuff.
You know what? It's so good to have these healthy outlets, you know what I mean? Because there are a lot of fun, unhealthy outlets out there, but when you start
It's
to
so
do the
much better
healthy
than
way, it's
heroin. So much better than heroin.
way better, Harry. Like for sure.
At least that's
You
what I
know?
heard. I don't know.
Yes. And also it's like you can use imagination, but you could also draw upon real life stories, which Heart of the Home is. And
Mhm.
also other movies that I'm writing. Some of them are pure fiction, some of them are mixed up, but Heart of the Home is a straight up movie about a roommate from hell. And what I did in real life, which I highly recommend no one else to do, is like I didn't Google her and I didn't have a contract. So now I'm stuck with a squatter that I know nothing about. And I didn't think, too much about it when it happened. But all of a sudden, you're stuck with a nut job in your own apartment.
Right, right.
And your little private area becomes a living hell. So in real life, she didn't kill anybody. I got to say that. That
Okay.
was just added as a.
So this was your roommate.
This was my roommate. This
Oh
whole
my
thing
God!
was true.
Well, it said based on a true story, but I didn't know it was
Yes.
your true story.
My true story, and literally the words are exactly the way it was. Like the house meeting, for instance, like all the annoying stuff she said and did, it was true. Even the cooking in her room was true.
Oh my God! Oh my
Yes.
God!
Yeah,
Everybody has to
when
watch
I
the.
freaked out on her and she crumbled down the wall, that was unfortunately true also. I freaking lost it. So like, I mean, everything was true. And also in real life, there was a neighbor dog, and there was another guy who she God had a dog, so she called the cops on this guy because she felt the dog was threatening. I mean, she was just crazy all over the place.
Right.
So, and in real life too, the landlord ended up fake evicting us just to like get rid of us out of the apartment. And that's how I got rid of her. But after she moved out, my friend was like, "Oh my God, you got to make a story about her. Her real name was very similar, just like one letter difference." Like,
Good enough. Hey, whatever keeps you from getting sued.
So I was like, let's call Rico Miko. How about that? It was and it feels good because you have these bizarre experiences, and it's obviously something very small having a crazy roommate, but when you have it, it's big because it's in your freaking personal space.
Right, right.
So,
So
and what?
now were you and your other roommate, you were specifically looking for another Japanese roommate? Was that part true?
Actually, that was true too. So I crashed this Japanese home. I'm obviously not Japanese, and the girl that I live with, she was such a sweetheart. I kind of had to twist their arm
Just like
to.
your roommate in the movie. You could tell she was just like this doe-eyed innocent, who just absolutely, oh, she's okay. No, it's fine. Let her
Yes,
go.
yes. I called the Hello Kitty Japanese. She's just so sweet, like just like cute as a button. And the other one before that who moved out also super sweet. And I was a little bit naive. I was like, okay, well, we'll just get another one in and keep it up. The Japanese things. Japanese people are great. They pay on time, they clean, and they do not ask you too many personal questions. You know what I mean?
No, I
Just like
have a Japanese friend. He's Japanese. He's Swedish and Japanese.
oh,
Right.
that's like my neighbor right there.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
I'm actually
Also,
Indian and Japanese.
another one of my podcast friends, Tina Celine Trumpet. She's Korean and Swedish.
Nice. I said
So,
I'm Japanese and Indian. I'm Norwegian and Indian.
Norwegian and Indian. Okay.
Yes, it's not a mixes up there.
Okay.
So anyway, so I decided I'm just gonna start making these quirky little indie films about shit that happened, And Heart of the Home is the first one. I thought it came out pretty, funny,
I thought it came out. I've seen a lot. I've seen terrible independent movies. This one was really good. It was.
That's my goal.
Even the bad ones, at least they made a movie. Like I didn't make a movie, so I'm like not one of those. What I really thought about it was like I don't have the right to say shit about it. I don't have the right to say anything. I didn't get my ass out there. I didn't write the scripts. I didn't learn the lines. I didn't do the work.
You know what? I am so right there with you. I think so too. You have to take your hat off for anybody who tries, whether it's good or bad, because you did it. And it's a pain in the ass. It's very difficult. And, it costs money. Everybody has different difficulties along the way.
I don't know how much your movie cost, but I mean, it was but I know people like Kevin Smith, when he first started out, and Ernie O'Donnell, he's from Clerks as well. But he's talking about some guy that had $6 million to make a movie, and he's like, give me $6 million, I'll give you 12 fucking movies,
Exactly. Well, in my case, yeah, I mean, my movie was about, I have no problem saying it because in case there's any other filmmakers out there, I managed to make this movie for under 40,000, and it would have been half of that if I would have been a little bit smart. But I'm not born smart.
That was only 40,000. Are you shitting me?
Yeah, I became smart along the way.
Oh my God! Anybody who's watch Heart of the Home. It's on Tubi, and I guarantee I've seen much bigger budgeted films that weren't near as fucking good. I promise you that. Absolutely.
Thank you. That's 40, one of the reasons I got distribution, because I said, you know what? It was so low budget, but you guys did a good job out of it. It was only me and one other guy, working on set, basically. We did everything. I even created my own coffee. It was
a small cast. It was a small cast, but it was all relatable. The characters were all relatable. Like the bedroom scene. But anyway, everything was.
What, with me and the female roommate, or me and the boyfriend?
The boyfriend.
Okay.
I like the female too. I'm easy. Clothes on, everybody. It was all clothes on. Very erotic.
But basically, if there's any filmmakers or actors or writers who want to make a movie, I think personally, I mean, again, like you said, if you have 6 million or 100 million or whatever, you can make as big as you want to, but in the beginning, start with a simple story, few
Yeah.
locations, fewer actors are better, and which is dialogue driven or whatever. And like you don't need a lot to start with,
Right.
and then you
Good
can work your
dialogue
way
is
up
better than
little by
anything
little.
else.
So thank you. Well, thank you for your compliment. I appreciate that. It was a very long road for that movie because we managed to shoot it in 6 days, which is also unheard of. Little.
And you
I
shot it in
worked.
6 days.
We
40,000
shot
and
in.
you shot it in 6 days.
Yes, I rehearsed so much with the actors. I treated it like it would have been a live theater performance. We were just busted our ass off, and we shot in 6 days. But the post production took years.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But that's because I didn't know what the hell I was doing, you know?
Right.
So, hired the wrong people a little bit, and then it was like a lot of mistakes, a lot of mistakes. I didn't know even the terminology. I had no idea. I'm not a technical person, like it was very difficult.
Well, the
And
fact that
speaking
you
about
made it
crazy,
onto that your film was good enough to make it onto Tubi, you know?
actually, it made it. It had its initial premiere on iTunes,
Yeah.
and it's on Amazon, and it's on Google Play. So that's where it had its original premiere, and it trickled down to Tubi later now. Also, yeah,
Okay. All right. Yeah, if you're on Amazon, I mean that's big, and
yeah,
like I said, Tubi's basically a network now. Like there's a ton of people on Tubi,
yeah, yeah. I love Tubi because it's free and you get a couple of advertisements, but who cares, right? Who cares,
Right.
right?
Right.
I,
And
I love it too.
I didn't
Yeah.
see where anything was cut or anything like that. I mean, it's granted it wasn't full nude scenes, but I mean there's partial, but even like on a regular like a network TV that would have got like blurred out or
Yeah,
whatever. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, well, I don't mind a little nip slip here and there. I think it adds a little. so,
Me neither.
so in my next film that actually the next movie, which is called It's Fate. There's it's going to be a little bit more of the sexuality,
Okay.
but not too much. I like
And
more,
it's called It's Safe.
it's Fate.
It's Fate. Okay.
Yes.
And when that's ready to come out, let
I
me
will
know and
let you
I'll have
know.
you back. I'll also have you back on and you can promote it again. So
Oh, fantastic. Thank you so
absolutely.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I'm ready to start auditioning again, but I really love this process of creating your own because the way and
So
also the
so
way I look upon it.
what part am I playing in this? What part am I just
Oh, actually, there's a guy in overalls just looking at me right before I'm about to get killed. I'm like, help. Oh, I just said I'm going to get killed, but like a guy that's looking at me and he just looks away and he walks away. So that could be you in
a
your
guy in
overalls.
overalls? Like Bibby overalls? Like a lot of people know I'm a hick. Like I come from like a very small town area. Like I'm a hick. Like
Perfect.
yeah,
Perfect.
I can
Perfect.
I can be a hick.
Okay. You just look at me and you walk away and say, "What is she screaming for?"
Exactly. Goddamn woman just screaming her damn head off over there.
And the fun thing about making your movies, because when you audition, I mean, there's so many great actors out there.
Oh, sure.
There's so
Yeah.
many great movies and filmmakers out there, but it's so hard to get parts, especially when you don't have necessarily all that experience, this basic stuff
Right.
that I have. I really, it's tough. So I think when you create your own, you can create your own. You can just imagine things. You can work with another writer, and you can create good parts for you where you can play what you would like to play. And if
Sure.
you're good enough, then it should be okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But I
So
mean, like
that's
I usually ask
yeah.
like you got a new movie coming out called It's Fate. How long out do you think this one's going to be?
Okay, so I'm aiming to shoot it in November. And
Okay.
if that happens, I would hope that post production would follow right afterwards and not take 2 years, which the other one did.
Yeah.
But it all depends, it's if it happens or not. But it's also going to be a low budget, maybe a little bit more than the Heart of the Home. It needs
Okay.
more locations. and stuff like that. But it's also with very few actors. It's only like really
Right.
three actors
Right.
that
Yeah,
carry the movie.
and again, it doesn't like again, like look at a movie like Clerks. Like it
Right.
didn't. How many actors were that? It was that, like hardly like maybe 7, 8,
Yeah, you don't need more. Like I said, like down the line, it can be bigger and all that stuff. I'm writing another movie now, which is like a drama. It's a relationship breakup, sadness, and all that stuff. But it's basically just a couple,
Mhm.
the whole time. I mean, there's other people, passing in and out real quick, but there's enough juice between those two people.
There you go. There you go. All right. Well, I usually ask you to go tell some. God, you already told us a fucking story, a great one too. Like that was your life in that movie. So minus the murder stuff. So all
Minus
right.
the murder, but it's besides that all the annoying stuff, and you're like, what the fuck, it was true, and also it was
I've
showing.
had bad roommates. I've had bad roommates.
You know what? So I hear so many bad roommate stories now. And like
They're
one
great.
friend of mine, she was like, "Oh my god, I had a roommate that tried to poison me. Thank you for bringing this out to light." I'm like, "What?" So like, I hear all these crazy things now, and like the squatter phenomenon. Most people have
Yeah.
no idea
Yeah.
that
About squatters'
squatters
rights.
are harder to get rid of than the tenants.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fucking. It's a really mind blowing. Like what a squatter can get away with. Like The Simpsons
Yes.
did an episode on it, and it was just fantastic. So, all right, hit us with a funny or embarrassing story. Do you go by Elisabeth, or I call you Liz, or Beth, or
Call me whatever you want to.
I'm calling you
I go
Lizzie.
by Liz.
Go, Lizzie. Tell us.
Lizzie. I love Lizzie.
Yeah,
I have a thing where I like people to make their own names on me, and I love Lizzie. The people who call me Lizzie, I love all of them.
Yeah, I think
It's a very
people who call you
endearing.
Lizzie, we're loose and endearing. We're not. It's fun. I don't want to keep saying.
Yeah.
So, Elisabeth, um, like I don't want to sound pretentious.
Elizabeth can sound a little bit serious.
Yeah, I'm not so pretentious. I don't think it's I don't have a lot of errors about me. It's
Right.
so yeah. Go ahead, hit us with a story. What do you got, baby?
Okay, so you were talking about embarrassing stories. I mean, half of us life has been pretty embarrassing, really. Like, there's a lot of things happen. Like, it's like when you don't think too much, you just jump into stuff. There's always embarrassing things happening. But I was focusing more on the acting business, like stories from that. That's what I was thinking about. I was actually on Howard Stern. Did an improv show called Guess Who Slept with Artie. Did you ever watch or listen to Howard Stern?
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah, I've listened to Howard Stern before. Uh,
Okay, so I was on this show called Guess Who Slept with Artie. I didn't sleep with Artie, by the way, but somebody else
is
did.
this Artie Lang?
Yeah, Artie Lang. So I'm on the show, and it's like I had to show up so freaking early that I was working nights back
Good
then.
news,
So I
everybody.
was real.
Lizzie didn't fuck Artie
What?
Lang. Yay!
I was so tired. I had chugged down a couple of Red Bulls. I was like, oh, I gotta stay awake from this. And I got there, and I guess I was in like I don't even know what I was saying, because Howard was like, I was number one. Number one doesn't make sense with what she's saying. Her stories don't make sense. But she certainly looks at Artie like she had sex with him. But then again, she looks at me like she had sex with me also. I was so embarrassed.
Oh
I remember
God!
blushing, and I was like, yeah. And then he asked me, do you want to?
You shouldn't be
I'm like,
embarrassed.
I'm okay.
No, Lizzie, you're fine. You shouldn't be embarrassed. Anybody that fucked Artie Lang, they should be embarrassed. So,
Oh my God, God bless Artie. Yeah, and then I was thinking about a couple of I'm from Norway, right? And
yes.
Norwegians, we like to party. I don't really party much anymore, but I used to like to have a cocktail or two. So
I don't like partying.
so I had and what's that?
I said
What did you
I
say?
don't like partying.
Oh, yes, you're drinking. That's funny.
There it
So
is.
anyway, so I had a huge audition for a soap opera, and I am so hungover, and I didn't even drink that much, but it was a late night with me and my boyfriend back then, and and I just saw my footage afterwards where I'm talking and I'm literally swaying out of the screen, and that's how I'm having my whole
You're
audition.
just out of the frame.
And this was a huge guy. He casted a lot of movies and a lot of soap opera. And then it got
Did he
worse.
get tired in
I
here?
wore like it.
Boy, he got drunk out last night. How about you?
And then I wore like a crop top, and like once I managed to get back into the screen, my top went up, and it was just like you could just see like my belly, like you couldn't even see my face. It was just so bad, so embarrassing. So obviously, I never auditioned for anything that he had going on after that. I should probably, if I find his name. I forgot his name now too. Anyways, so that was kind of embarrassing. And also, I had my first theater performance, and I didn't expect anybody to show up. And I'm very outgoing, but I used to be more shy in a way. Like it's, and I cannot predict which side is when. You know what I mean? So anyway, so I come to this, and by the way, these are stories you should never copy. And then so I had this theater performance. I was super stoked. And I look inside the theater, and the place is jam packed with people. I was like, fuck. I thought like maybe one or two people would show up, but now it's full house. So I took a Percocet to calm myself down. And that did not turn out very good. So
Did not turn out very good.
This was back in my party heydays, and I decided to cut back on that stuff. But yeah, it led me to like it was a lot of embarrassing moments, you know.
That's very cool. That's very cool.
Yeah, and I thought about another one too. I went to an audition, and I had full makeup on. It was so freaking hot. This was in LA.
Yeah.
I did my audition, which was stupid, by the way. We had to air make out with somebody. It's like, how do you make out in the air? But anyways,
Yeah,
but then I
air
get back to
makeup,
my
like
car.
you're just like yeah, your arms around nobody, and you're like tongue out.
I'm sure there's a technique that you learn in some acting class on how to do making out on. But I don't know.
I hear that's how they do auditions for porn. Like they don't even have a partner at first. You know, just show me. You know, like, I just made that up. That's not true. So anyway.
Yeah, probably not. But that day for that part, I had full face makeup on, and it was so freaking humid. Literally, boom. And then I came back to the car. I'm like, shit. I have like literally eyebrows above my eyebrows right now, and like I makeup all over, lipstick all over. And I was just like air making out like this.
You look like you've been crying. You got mascara running down.
So these are some of my. So I definitely made an ass out of myself auditioning. But you know what? I never took myself too serious. I don't think I took. I love the film industry. I love expressing myself, writing, acting, putting together a movie. There's so many things I love about it, but I don't take myself or it too serious because I don't think I would have a problem if I did that. So whatever these things happen, shit that's life, you learn next time not to do the same thing, you know?
Right. Oh, absolutely. Well, it's all a journey, you know? Like if you don't have anything to refer to later, you don't know. You know, you haven't done anything if you don't have anything to refer to. So you're out there, you're doing things, and that's fantastic. Everybody, we're talking to Elisabeth Steen-Nokleberg, and she's lovely. She's got a movie out called Heart of the Home. It's on Tubi. It's on Amazon. You can find it there. I seen it on Tubi. There's no commercials on that either, and it's free. Fuck it. So that works. So, but every time you watch it, she gets more. So watch it. So, like, do you get like the royalties? Like, how's the royalties work? Like, is one?
No, you're breaking up on me a little bit again.
Oh, okay. I can't help it. Are you still there?
I'm here, but I
Okay,
don't
there
see
you
you
are.
moving,
Okay, am I moving
and
again?
I don't hear you talking very well either.
Oh, okay. Well, I am. I'm talking. So
Oh,
like,
there.
there you go. Okay. Hey, here I am. I'm back again. So like, how many platforms are you on now? So you're on Amazon. You're on Tubi. You're on what else?
Well, like, what did you say?
Okay, your movie's on is on Amazon. It's on Tubi. It was on Google. Is that right?
Google Play and iTunes.
Google Play and iTunes. Okay, yeah. So you can watch it like on any of them.
Yeah,
Yeah. Go to a platform where you got to pay for it, so she makes more money. There you
and
go.
you can, yes, please do, and you can also buy a DVD. If you're a huge fan, buy a DVD.
Oh, a DVD. My grandparents
I
had those.
mean, some Yeah, like, or like a Blu-ray, like whatever. Yeah, yeah. I don't even know anything about that. But yeah, you can always do that too. But probably easier on Amazon or Tubi, I think. You know.
Right, absolutely, absolutely. So, yeah, that's super cool. That's super cool. And you've got the movie coming up called "It's Fate," and you're writing another one right now as well. Is that what you said?
I'm writing three other ones, but
Three other
okay. So
ones.
it's Fate is a cross between. Do you remember? Have you seen Misery with Katie Bates?
Yes, yes.
It's like it's a style of that one. Gone. Rob Zombie's Devil's Reject. Okay, so this is like the two. It's like a cross on those two. Hopefully, we'll see.
Awesome.
But it should be pretty exciting. Hopefully, and yeah. So this is another horror. Then I'm writing another horror called Dangerous Curves.
Dangerous Curves. I like that.
Yes, yes. It's a lot of dangerous curves in that movie. So anyway, and that's going to be all based in one location. Also, it happens in a club, and it's going to be that's going to be a little bit edgy, but hey, you gotta push the button somehow. Right, Heart of the
Right.
Home is like my first baby. It came out. It's a great story. I love it. I will always love it. But it's a
And
little
it's
vanilla.
edgy.
But
I thought it was edgy. I thought it was very edgy. I
oh,
thought it was very good.
it's not edgy. You don't know me. It's going to get a lot edgier from now on. We're going to take you to the dark side.
I like the
So
dark side.
yeah, it's fun. You know what? The thing is, I live. My personal life is very simple. I am boring. I'm simple. I don't do, I don't you know it's like I like peace. I like harmony. I always try to be a better person. I avoid conflict. I'm one of those. So
Yeah,
that's
me
why
too.
when it comes to art, you know what? It's so good when you have that centeredness inside of you.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah, yeah.
because the days when I was
I love to
falling
make
out of
people laugh.
camera,
I
yeah,
love to make
yeah,
people
the
laugh.
days
I
when I
love
was
that.
falling on the camera was a little more crazy. It's really good to make people laugh.
Hmm.
So anyway, but when I do when I express myself artistic, I'm very drawn to darker or moodier expressions because my life is so easy, it's so simple.
Right.
So let me go to the dark side for one time at least, like somewhat.
Well, when you're
So,
combining
but
like Rod Zombie with Ron Howard's Misery, or no, not Ron Howard. It was God damn it,
Stephen King.
what was his name? Yeah,
Okay.
Stephen King. But Rob Reiner. Rob Reiner, I think, was the director.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm not saying my material is that good, but it's like that kind of storyline mixed together. Obviously it's not going to be that good. But yeah, and then Dangerous Curves is more very casual conversations, a lot also twisted humor kind of thing, and supernatural events happen.
There you
you
go.
know,
Nice, nice. And like I said,
and then
dialogue is everything. I mean, you can put all like I've seen like very high budget movies that just blew because the dialogue sucked. Like I'd rather watch a good dialogue movie that kept you interested than anything else. There was a movie
totally.
with Sam Waterston. I think it was Annette Bening. I can't remember, but it was like three people just walking around like on a farm, and they were just talking philosophy together, and that's all the whole movie was. And I was just like in. Like I was just centered on it. I could not turn it off. Like, and it was just these guys, just these three people talking.
Yes. You know, Alfred Hitchcock, who I absolutely fucking love, he said that. He said, like, when you make a movie, it should be so exciting that, you know, people don't want to go to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you literally
Right.
like, I can't. I gotta watch what's next. You want to watch what's next. So it's like, so that's why when you create material, even if it's not, you know, rocket science of a topic, it's been done before or whatever, or it's not like, you're not the best writer in the world, but it has to be like the suspense, the momentum to make, you know, to draw you in.
Right.
And then
Absolutely.
I'm writing two dramas also, and I'm alternating which one I'm writing on a little bit. But I'm writing one that I'm hoping to finish pretty soon. It's called Her Name Was Crystal, and it's it's a dysfunctional love story, and it's a little bit sad. It's about drug addiction, you know, and stuff like that. But hey, uh, life is not always rainbows and unicorns, you know.
It's all rainbows, lollipops, and
Not always. So that's the thing. I mean, I love happy endings, but sometimes life doesn't have. I mean, sometimes certain situations don't necessarily have a
Mhm.
happy ending. You can try to
I don't
change
think I
your
could write drama.
perception
I
of
don't think I
things so
could
it
write
turns in.
drama at all. I can only do comedy. Like no, of course I'm always writing like
What's
bits.
that?
Like I don't think I could write any kind of drama. Like I just it's not in me to write drama at all. Like but I write like a lot
Oh,
of
you seem
comedy.
very hilarious.
What's that?
Yeah, yeah. I will. Yeah, you're very funny. So I can totally see your comedy being off the hook.
Yeah, it's
And
okay.
they say comedy is the hardest thing to do anyhow, you know? They say it's easy to die and hard to laugh.
I've always said like if you're trying to be funny, you're not funny.
You're not funny. And it's like, and comedy, especially because, especially in drama, a lot of actors, they push it, right? They don't let things come organically. But when you
Right.
push comedy, you're not fucking funny at all, you know? I mean,
But
you can be
what you
big.
yes, somebody that's not funny and trying to make them funny, very hard to do. Somebody that's funny and make them dramatic, that's a different story. Like some of the greatest actors that's ever fucking lived, Robin Williams, case in point, just a,
My favorite too. Oh my God.
amazing. Like when you take somebody and you put him into Goodwill Hunting after he's doing Live at the Met, it's fucking crazy. You know, like, this guy's off the hook good.
Yeah. He's off the hook. He actually, I went to an improv school here in LA called the Harvey Limbic Comedy School, and he went there. He went to many different schools, obviously, but
Yeah.
it did, you know, he was just a genius. And they even said he was so above and beyond anybody who walked through that door. He was just such a genius.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he just comes out like doing Shakespeare. Like, God, like, okay, all right.
Now you're freezing up on me again.
Oh, well, I was just about ready to do some Shakespeare. So, are you still
What?
there? Can you hear me?
You froze
Hello,
up on me
Lizzie.
again.
Are you there, Lizzie? Lizzie, are you
I'm
there?
here. There you are.
There I am
No,
again. Yay!
listen.
You don't freeze up. You're not freezing up. I'm only freezing
Shit.
up on you. Yeah, that sucks. No, I was talking about Robin Williams just coming out and like mixing his comedy with like Shakespeare and shit like that, and the way he could just do that, just you know,
You totally breaking up on me again.
God damn it. I don't mean to break up with you, Lizzie. I don't mean to. If everybody else can still hear me, we're talking to Elisabeth Steen-Nokleberg, and she's got a great movie called Heart of the Home. She's got several more coming out. She's fantastic. If you haven't seen her, you gotta see her. God for the low amount of money that she's spending on a movie and how good it is mind blowing. I'll tell you that right now. I've seen so many high budget films that wasn't near as good as the production on this one for $40,000 and in such a small uh, uh, amount of scene or spaces that she's worked in. So like definitely look her up, Elisabeth Steen-Nokleberg. She's fantastic. And can you hear me now?
Now I can hear, but I didn't hear for the last like 3 minutes. So I just nodded and said, okay.
I was doing nothing but pitching you. I was just telling everybody about you. So like because you have people
Okay,
that
well,
come
that's
in and
very,
out.
you're so nice. Thank you.
No, you're welcome. I was saying very nice things.
Thank you. And you know what I think is so good about making your own movie is that um, it's so easy to get insecure in a business like filmmaking, and think that you're like feel when you're all like feel like you're desperate and like you can never make anything. But if you, it's so nice to make something just from your heart,
Right.
from your own passion. It's so rewarding.
Absolutely. Yeah. Nobody can ever take that away from you. Nobody can tell you, hey, cut, let's reshoot that. No, hey, fuck you. This is mine. Like, no,
You froze up on me again.
God damn it.
Oh,
Okay. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll go ahead and wrap this one up. You're an absolute delight. If you can still hear me, can you hear me?
now you're back.
No, I'm back. Okay. Well,
For
we're
like
going
a
to go ahead and
second.
wrap this one up because we're just having too much difficulty, like glitching and stuff like that. Um, but you're fantastic. Everybody, again, Elisabeth Steen-Nokleberg. Look up Heart of the Home. It's on Amazon. It's on Tubi. It's on iTunes. You can find it in all those places. Look her up on IMBD. She is beautiful. And I'll tell you what, hang out for a minute after I wrap this up and see if we can still chat for a few minutes after this. And everybody, again, support your local podcasters or your national podcasters, whoever the fuck it is. Just go on there. You got the device in your hand, you greedy fuckers. Just write a review, say hi. If you want to send us money, it's at myworstholiday at patreon.com. Every little bit helps. Trust me, it's not a lot, but everything helps. So, and with that being said, from a room next to my bathroom in my basement, this has been My Worst Holiday. Good night, everybody.
Oh, I love the title of your show also.